Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to our returning artists. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. And we have a lot of newcomers today, and welcome. And also, we have viewers from different parts of the world, from the Philippines, the United States, Dominican Republic, where else? Different parts of the world. And welcome. I'm gonna ask my darling husband to read us our devotional as always. Okay, thank you.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm being prompted by my wonderful stepdaughter here. Okay. Okay, good to see you all. Look, bless you and praise God for you. I hope you're all well. Gee, our picture's pretty grainy, isn't it? Anyway, they asked me to read the devotional. It's ironic because I'm a terrible reader, but that's okay. God uses us in our weakness, right? Anyway, the devotion is taken from the garden by Miriam and begins to turn brown. But then suddenly, new leaves appear, and I am overjoyed to see tiny green buds protruding slightly from the shoot. For reasons only the master knows, the pepper plant begins to thrive. And I am so thrilled about that one sickly plant when I have plenty of other plants that are healthy. Why is that? One reason is that I invested my time and energy in that plant. And when it came down to the brink of death, I couldn't help but, when it came back from the brink of death, I couldn't help but be joyful. Jesus knows the far greater joy of having one lost soul and a group of its followers return to him. It's not that he thinks less often of those followers who are strongly rooted in his faith. It's that he wants all to be saved and able to spend eternity with him. Those individuals who have declared their faith in him are already safe and in his care. The sinner whose soul remains lost is the person with the greater need. As believers, we need to stand beside lost individuals, form genuine relationships that encourage their growth and allow them to rely on us for whatever support they need. Now, at this point, I'm going to leave the text for a sec and talk about a nice guy that I knew. This is way back in the early days of my Christianity. Maybe I'd been a Christian for 2 years. And it was back in the days when you felt like as a Christian, you always felt like you had to look joyful, always be okay, never have a bad day. And we were working in the same place, and this guy's name was Larry. And he was a biker. And by biker, I mean he was hardcore. He invested all his money in a chopper that back in those days, and I'm going back a lot of years, his chopper was worth about $7,000, probably the equivalent of about a $50,000 motorcycle today. Anyway, Larry used to say hi to me at work. And this one day he says, "Hey, how are you doing?" And I said, to be honest with you, Larry, I'm feeling a little down today. And I'm kind of out of sorts. I don't know what's up. And from then on, he looked at me different. He looked over at me and he said, "Is that so? Well, what's going on?" And we had the beginning of an honest relationship. And I'm not taking credit for the changes in his life. But as time went on, he lost his interest in being a biker. He sold his incredibly expensive and wonderful motorcycle and bought one German Shepherd puppy with that money. He learned how to raise that little pup and how to care for it. And his personality really changed because he understood that he had to encourage this puppy with love and bless this little creature that he'd given all his money for. I guess he had plans on it being a champion and a breeder and everything else. But Larry and I lost touch. But reading this devotional reminded me of him, and so I thought I'd bring that story up. Okay, now I'm going to pick back up with the narrative here. As the Lord uses us to revive the withering plant, or to mix metaphors, to search for the missing sheep, may we be mindful that those who are saved will be saved for reasons only the master gardener, our very own good shepherd, knows. As he does his job and we endeavor to do ours by showing them the same love that people showed us when we were withering and lost. Let's pray. I'm not going to use the ladies' prayer because for me, that wouldn't be honest. I know in my own Christian experience, there's been times when you're praying for people and it's more an exercise in self-discipline. And I think that's wonderful. It's been wonderful times when I ask the Holy Spirit. I'll never forget on the way to work, half an hour drive to work, that's your prayer time, which is I'm not proud of. But anyway, I remember for some strange reason asking the Lord, Lord, help me to pray for souls. And I kept repeating it, help me to pray for souls. And suddenly I found my own heart and soul gripped with a love that I just knew was not my own. And I began to pray for souls with an earnestness which I never could have faked in 1,000 years. And the very next day, my cable guy came over to do a repair job, and he received Jesus in our living room. I couldn't believe it, but I'll never forget that. And to me, it reminds me of how we want to lay aside the human effort, and maybe the Bible calls it filthy rag of the flesh, and endeavor to do all that we do through the help and blessing of the Holy Spirit. Then and then alone is sanctified.
A paint we did, okay? I would like to mention for the benefit of our newcomers, care for your tools. So we will be using several paint brushes. Okay, so one important thing that I would like to share, and everybody that's painted with us before, I shared this, is to never leave your paintbrush in the water. Okay, so I have several different sizes of brushes. Okay, we are going to be using a lot of the square brushes, so I hope you have them all ready. And some fan brush. Oh, and another stiff brush for our trees. Okay. All right. So going back, those are made of wood, and water gets absorbed in that wood and expands, and when it dries out, it contracts, and the glue inside this, I don't know what it's called, area gets loosened, and then they fall off. Okay, so that only takes a few minutes to ruin your brush. All right, so never leave them in the water. Next, this particular painting, you're gonna need a lot of paper towel. I have 4 sections of paper towel this time. Pencil and ruler. Okay, I got my pencil and my ruler. Cover your work area. And now if you have painter's tape, that would be helpful. It's not necessary, but just so we'd have a straight line, painter's tape is helpful, okay, but not necessary. All right, and what else do we need? So we have all our colors ready. Thank you. Okay. And we have water. Make sure you have your non-alcoholic drink. You'll have straight lines. And of course, okay, so we'll start. We'll be using, well, for this I need to stand up. This painting is bigger, so I use a dining plate. But for this one, the one that you have is an 11 by 14 canvas. We'll use my salad plate. Okay, it will trace our circle. Okay, it's probably wiser to do it on a flat canvas, on a flat surface at your table. But luckily, this easel that I've got tilts like that, and I can lock it so my plate doesn't fall. Okay, so you position your, hold on a minute, your circle, your plate, in the middle of your canvas on the top portion, okay? And maybe you can leave about half an inch space at the top and about, I don't know, inch and a half, something like that on each side, okay? You put it on the surface, on your table, and you trace your plate, okay? I've already pre-traced that all around. So, well, you can use plate or anything round, all right? That's done. My circle. Now we're gonna need our ruler. And if there's any question, don't hesitate to ask me. Hello, Christine. Hello, Myrtle. Shirley Ann. My picture keep loading, can't hear a thing. Let's see if maybe if we could ask somebody to
It's on there
go.
online.
Okay. All right. So if you cannot see it on YouTube, you can also go on Facebook, and I'm just go for look for my name, Joan Lawlor, Lawlor, and maybe that'll have a better feed. And hello, Winsome, and Grand Vinette, and whoever else is on Facebook. Hello, everyone. All right. So we got our circle.
Bracelet.
Wasted. Ooh, hello. Okay, so going back. So now we'll grab our ruler. We'll draw the bottom portion of our, can't quite see.
It's portrait.
Portrait, yes. Not horizontal, okay? So we're gonna draw the bottom side of our keyhole, okay? So what I have chosen is I've marked, let's see. There. I've marked, oops, the bottom part about what's that? Less than an inch from the bottom, almost the same as the top. Okay, so less than an inch at the bottom, and then about an inch and a half from each side. Okay, so you can see that there's a dot there. There's two dots there, and then from the top, there's about how long?
Half inch.
Okay, measured about 3 inches on the side. Okay, so about there. Okay, so I have a mark there. Another 3 inches going the other way.
Perfect.
Yes, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be level. Okay, it doesn't have your opening could be wider or smaller, but they have to be the same. Otherwise, your keyhole would be wonky. All right. So now we'll connect our dots. If you want to use the painter's tape, this is the time where you want to put it on. So this is how it would look like. You can put the painter's tape on this side for Facebook, this side, or this side. Okay. Um, I'm not gonna use it. Um, I don't know why, but okay.
Use for one side.
Yeah. All right. So what I have done instead of the painter's tape, and remember I mentioned cardboard, just to help me out so that I don't go over too much when I'm painting. I just kind of want to hold that. I cut out this little piece of cardboard, and um, there you go to help me.
For later, for paint.
Yeah, painting the outside or the inside for later. Okay, and I have this little piece of cardboard just to help me out like that. Okay, so I have little pieces of cardboard here. All right. Put on my glasses, and I think we're ready to paint. All right, so Shirley and is on now. Very good. I'm glad. All right, so I can put away my ruler now and my pencil. Um, okay, so I have a little spritz bottle here. Just an ordinary um, bottle that just to keep my paint wet and my canvas not getting dry so fast, because that's the thing with acrylic, it dries too fast. Okay, so I have go. So what's important is that we wet our brushes before we use it. So I'm using really this brush is the one that I left in the water a while back, so it's kind of loose. So I'm going to use something else.
That's Carly and Nicole.
Yay!
Put them
We have
between
new viewers.
colors.
Okay, so what we need, you have all the colors with you for those that I received supply from me, from TLC. But what we really need is just primary colors. So I have red, yellow, green. Now I have two shades of green. Oh, you see me? Okay, two shades of green. I have a light green and a darker green. You only have one color. Those that receive our supplies have one shade of green. So you just add either black or a little bit of blue to make your green dark. Okay. So I have two sets of white. This white is gonna go on my flowers, and half of this is gonna go with the flowers and with the greens. Okay, and this white will go with the black for the outer side. Now, later on, you don't have to do it the way I did it in my original painting. I just like dark night type of thing. You can make it into wood. You can make it into whatever you like. Okay. So I have black here and blue for the sky. We only need a little bit of blue, really. Right. So we're gonna do the sky. Okay. So I split my white shirt with the blue. Okay. So you only need a little bit of the blue with the white, so you get a nice sky color. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Ask on WhatsApp, ask on YouTube, ask on Facebook. Oh, I have a technical assistant, my daughter Andrew, tells me if I am short on this and that. Yeah, so I don't have to. Okay. So for the sky, just use the edge of your flat brush, sorry. Go, and then you just go. If you think that you're not able to keep edges straight, up, you can do it like that. This is what I'm talking about. It's easier. I find it difficult to control edges.
Also, painter's tape is also okay.
Yep, painter's tape is also okay. You find that it's difficult, you can always turn your canvas.
Graceland said great job.
Who?
Graceland.
Oh, thank you. There you go. Take your time following your line. And you can vary your blue, okay? It can be dark, light in some places. That's how the sky is. All right, I'm gonna do some dark skies over here. Don't be afraid turning your canvas. Oh, to all our newcomers, you want pictures, okay? You're all done. Send us pictures, post it. Love to have them and keep them in our collection. Don't worry, we won't sell them. Pastor Sabrina will get us a nice, great big building for our church with a great big gallery. Okay? Your painting will be part of that. Going all the way down, sort of 3/4 of water. Okay, so if you find that your brush is starting to skip, you're running out of paint, just wet your brush a tiny bit. Leave the streaks on. I don't know if you can see it. That's actually okay. Form as clouds. You want to do fluffy clouds? That's also okay. Oh, stay in your circle, okay? Right. your sky. All right. Now we're gonna go for our greens. Rinse my brush a little bit. Down. I got my stiff uh, brush. Okay, dampen that a little bit. And we're gonna go for different shades of green. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the distant tree first. Actually, let me split my white first. Share that with the red. And this one, I'm just splitting my whites. Okay, so we'll go with the lighter shade of green. Adding white, green.
That's Ozzy's one.
Hey, Des. Enjoy your painting. All right. So let's say we'll have a tree here and we'll have another tree there. This would be our distant tree on the right side. Tap, 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 tap. What you can do, you don't go over that cardboard again. And tap, tap, tap. Okay. See the effect? Back. So now we'll add a little bit darker green without rinsing our brush. We'll go for the darker green. And we'll do it in clusters, okay? So this part of the tree, then another darker shade here. I'm gonna add a touch of blue to my dark green. And then go over there. See? Then over here. It's dab, dab, dab. It's not stroke, okay? Dab, dab, dab. Okay, I'm gonna put that little bit cardboard again. Right. Okay, make sure that your cardboard does not have paint underneath. It doesn't go on your clear area there. That's one. And then without rinsing your brush, just wipe off a little bit of that green. Here. Just took off some of the green and I picked up some yellow. I still have green in my brush. And I'm picking up some yellow and I'm gonna go underneath this. Sort of overlap a little bit. That. All right. Okay. You do have a little bit of uh paint go over it. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. That. All right, so we go back. Now we go on the other side. Okay, we're gonna come back to our tree here. It dries a little bit. So we're going to the dark green. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of black. We want it a bit darker, okay? Closer tree. Start sort of right here. Yep. I need a little bit of green. Two. I've lost it in place. I'm kind of playing around with the dark colors, light color, dark green. Mix that up. Dab, dab, dab. Over here and there. Okay, getting to the edge. I'm gonna use this again. Over there. Hold it. Dab, dab, dab. There we go. Okay, so now we're here. We're gonna switch up our brushes. I'm gonna rinse this for now so it doesn't dry out on me. Okay. Getting splashes of paint all over here. I'm gonna use our wide brush again. The one that we used for the blue. Dampen that. And the same green. Right. We're gonna go down. Use the edge of your flat brush to do this. If you're not quite steady, you can use your cardboard again. Get a straight line. Nope. As you're doing green, pick up some yellow. Okay. Put it in. Sort of green and then yellow and then green again. And dark green here, light green there. I think I'm gonna go all the way down. I'm gonna make the bottom area a little bit lighter. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of my color here. So don't lose your mixture here because we're gonna go back to the trees later on. So you need some darks and light green and green with yellow. So don't mix them all up, okay? Keep them. All right. Go with yellow. And that's the back. Go back and forth. This is what we would call grounding. Grounding our feet. Just doing backgrounds. Easier if you have a pointy brush. Has a sharp edge. When you go to the edge like that, you get a straight line. Same here. My hands are not really steady, but with the help of an chiseled end of the brush, there you go. My brush is starting to dry. Some water. Don't put too much water, okay? You don't want your paint to run. Joining us. Okay. It's good to have variations of green, okay? Variations of yellow, you got your dark green, you got your light green, and just go back and forth, back and forth. No going over the line. I almost did. Blocking off all the white. All right. I think I'll lighten this area a little bit. Yellow. All right. Coloring this area, dabbing it. I can see some sky there, so I shouldn't. All right, there's our background. Now I'm rinsing my brush. It's also helpful to have two sets of water. One for just washing your brush clean, and the other one, the other area, I have another section, clean water just to add water in my paint. All right. Now this is probably dried up a tiny bit, so we're gonna go back to that. All right. So going back to your round stiff brush, just dab it a little bit so it's dry and mushed up. The more separated it is, the better. I, I just I just did this on some paper towel to dry it up a little bit. Okay. So now we're gonna go back to our distant tree. This one is slightly lighter, so we're going after the lighter green. Here. Still wet. I'm picking up the original painting, so I'm just gonna dab here and there. Hey. All right. So cluster, you'd notice there's a cluster here, another cluster there, and then here, there, and then there. Okay, so it's actually good to keep a little bit of this clear area. You can see your clusters better. Okay, so we're going to try and do the same in this tree. But this time we'll go darker, so dark green with black, and maybe we'll even swing in some blue. Start bottom. Okay, that's one. Another one. It's almost black, but no, it's green. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna use my little cardboard to cover up that blue part. Excellent. Okay. And sponsor. All right. I'll rinse my brush. All right. All right. So now we're gonna go to the interesting part. Okay. I'm gonna go with a point. This one. Pointed brush. I'll go a little bit closer. It can be this big, or there's variety of sizes for this. Okay, so what we'll be playing with the white and the red. Okay, so I have two sets of red because we'll be doing different shades of red again, just like in the green. Okay, so we'll go with a little bit of black. Put it in with our red. That's a lot. My coach said. Okay. So I'm mixing a tiny bit of black on our red to make it dark. Oh, yeah, read your seat there. Okay. So we're gonna start almost to there. Okay. Our dark red. Okay. A lot of dabbing this time. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab. And dab, dab. Darker. If it's too dry, put in a drop of water. There's one. Do another one. Two. I don't know. I'm just making this up as I go along. How's everybody doing? Savannah, hello. You have any question again? Don't forget, we are on Facebook.
This
What? Hey, Liz. Come on, Liz. Grab your brush and your canvas. This is a lovely work. So the way this goes is sort of like triangles, like long triangle. So this is a set, that's a set, something like that. Okay, I'm getting another that's right here that's gonna go over my tree. It's too bright. Need a little bit more black. Over tree, overlap it. And we're gonna go down. All right, let's make it long. About here.
Liz said, looking great, John. I paint with my eyes full. Rigorous seeker. You through all your talented people. One day I might join for real.
This would be a great painting. Um, keep on working at it. I've done a few gardens. Unfortunately, my computer could not see, but um, I have another garden. My original painting is that. So you could keep on working in your garden and doing playing with different flowers, different styles. Okay, so we've done our dark colors. And that. Yeah, right over there. So now we're gonna touch without rinsing our brush. We're gonna touch our white and put it in with those dark ones. Okay. Dab, 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 and don't make big strokes. Okay. Follow the original dabbing. Oh. Remember your cluster? Keep at it. Okay. So this is one cluster is gonna go down. Some are big dabs, some are heavy dabs. Okay. Now I'm gonna work on this one.
You said that's a gorgeous garden, Joel. You should post that on the TLC arts page. Would be good to look at that one again.
Will do, Liz. Was that Liz?
Yeah.
Will do. So now, see that I made too many white sections there. I just break that up by picking up a little bit of the red and just put it in that to break it. Okay. So don't worry. There's no mistake. It's happy accidents. Okay? As per Bob Ross. I always steal his line.
Looking forward to it.
Okay. Okay, so that's one cluster there. Now we're going to work on another cluster. I think I'm going to go for this. Dab, dab, dab. Be patient. When your patience gets tested. You know, all those years of practicing with your kids. Don't use all white right now. Okay? It's a mixture of red and white, lighter. Don't use all white. We're gonna do that in a little bit when we do our highlights. And leave gaps, okay? So there's depth in your painting, so make sure you leave some of those dark areas as gap, okay? Okay, so now we go this one. This set now is going up. Dab, dab, dab. Hmm?
There's no corner.
No corner, just the edge. Okay. Dab, dab, dab. Okay. Right? So now we go with the light, without rinsing your brush. You can take off some of the paint, get off your tissue. We'll pick up more of the white now. Okay? Start not everywhere, okay? Not everywhere. We need some lively music so we don't fall asleep. I want some Christian reggae like that. Oh, hello, Ken. Cheryl's canvas is still here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. How about that, Nicole?
Holy, holy, we give you all the glory. I show you praise to my burning.
Okay. Every Saturday, Andrea here comes and help me with technical part. Okay. Oh,
So I sit at the heart, thinking about oh, feel like chilling my soul. Holy Spirit.
sometimes you gotta step back and see where some things are missing, some things could be highlighted, or if it's too bright, put some dark spots. All right. Okay. So now I'm gonna work on the edge. I'm gonna use this again. Just gonna pick up. I don't see the blue there.
I'm so from early and the holiness that's where we see and send us
So now when you're going down to this area, make sure that they're not even, okay? Some would be long, some is short, and it's not too dark, okay? So some is long, that. And to the point that they're dots, pink dots, okay? We'll make them even, okay? All right. I think we can give that a rest now. Okay, so step back and look at your creation and see how it is. And if you're not quite satisfied, tweak it a little bit, but don't overdo it. Okay? Just dab, 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 and remember your clusters. All right, might well be it. So now, I'm not gonna rinse this. I'm just gonna put it down. I'm gonna take my fan brush. Okay, the stiff fan brush is best. Okay, so dampen that a bit, just a little bit. And we're gonna pick up our yellow. Just let me know if the audio is off. Okay, so just yellow. And make sure your bristles are separated. Okay? There. They're separated. Okay? You see it, okay? So we're gonna go down here. Right about here. Touch, touch.
When I give the best to my Savior, in my weakness, He made me strong. How could I not make it music? Without Jesus, my life's wrong. No question of the grace, all the way up to you.
In different areas.
The worship is you. Wanna sing out some sweet gospel again.
Okay. And rinse your brush. Okay. So I'm picking up that same brush that I used here, and we're gonna do some flowers over here. Okay. So the same kind of thing, only is going up this time. All right. That little bit of water. So don't wear long sleeve or fluffy sleeve. So red and white and some of that black. And we'll just do basic. Don't mix it, okay? So I'm just picking up this red, black, white, and kind of twisting and turning my brush. Right? Alright. So you can see that my color is starting to become purple. That means I've got too much different colors in my brush. I'm gonna rinse that out. So I want my red and white to come up nice and clean. Okay, so rinse your brush. Got a cleaner brush. All right, ready? I'm gonna touch the second set of red and pick up the white. And dab, dab, dab. Okay, that's a secret. Dab, dab, dab. Don't stroke it. Okay, no, don't stroke. Dab, dab, dab. If you stroke it, it ends up picking up the color underneath, and it won't come up as it should.
I know if I wish you instead I'm true.
Make sure you don't go over your circle. I almost get there.
As I go through this day, don't beg me while I'm there.
It's one set.
I know if I worship you, instant and true. I know I can.
Done with the white, and then I'm gonna go with follow it with the red. Dab, dab, dab. Don't forget dab, dab, dab. And this is where you use light touch, okay? Nothing heavy dabbing, just dab, 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 light touch. Too white. Pick that up. You want to get a darker red, mix it with the black. How are we doing there, Adeline? She's laughing. I can hear her laughing in the background. She's painting with us. I don't know what's happening there. All right. There we go. More at the bottom. There. All right. Okay. So use this. All right. All right. How we doing, everybody? Woo! Just starting. Woo! Okay. I'm gonna rinse my brush and pick up some. Remember the spritzer that I had earlier? Just spray that on your water, on your paint. That's just water. Okay. Not too much though. Not too much. I'm gonna do a little tree trunk. I got another one of this pointy brush, so I don't. It's pretty much the same as the other one. We're just gonna give this a little bit of branches, so that'll be black and with too much water. Okay, I'm just kind of mixing black, blue, a bit of red. I just need a little bit, really. Make some branches. While that is drying, we'll do a little bit of branches over this. So look like a cool painting. Okay. So hold your brush far. Just lightly give it some branches. Just drag and lift. Maybe about one over here. Drag and lift just lightly. Make some lines. All right. Okay. All right. No, I don't need that brush anymore. All right, we're gonna go back to our fan brush. Stretch. Woo. Okay, stretch your back. Everyone, stretch. Woo. Alrighty. Now our yellow. We'll touch our yellow and we'll give it a little bit of right about there. That up. Ready? Listen. Their tree looks like a hand. What? Okay, I forgot something. See this bottom here? Just kind of. Maybe I'll just use the white brush. Just kind of clear the bottom just a bit. Very, very lightly. Okay, just the edge there. All right. Now we're gonna put some green there. That's too white. Oh my gosh. Okay. Dab, dab, dab. Some indication of leaves plus you. Indication of some leaves, okay? Maybe make it a. Remember? Don't stroke. Dab, 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 okay? There you go. All right. This is going to be an interesting part. So we need your square brush. What we need is, oops, brush that has that's about this size with a sharp edge. How do I show you? Oh, oh my gosh. Okay, so there you go. Square head, chiseled edge. Okay. What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna put two loads of paint on this brush. One would be white, and one would be purple or blue. In my other painting, I used purple, but I'm not sure if you could mix purple right away. So we'll do blue. Okay, so we'll do blue bells. So here we go. So we wet our brush. Remember our blue? We'll pick up some white, put it there. Pick up some blue, put it there. Okay? So we're gonna do some white on one end and blue on one side. Oh, yeah. So you can see, my coach said go like this. There you go. Oh yeah, that's right. So half is white and half is blue. Not so much on the other side, but it should be the same. Half is white and half is blue. Okay. And then with the white side up, we're gonna go like that. Dab, push, 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 push. Need more blue. Hold on. Blue has disappeared. Push. Like that. Okay. Now we need some white, some blue. We need sharp colors. Okay. Much more. Some blue. You can twist and turn your brush. It'll have more character. Just the basic bottom of our set. Adeline is laughing at the back here. Basic. Okay, so now I'm going to use the straight edge of the blender and paint against it. So it looks like it's continuing, right? All right. Maybe I'll add a little bit of white there. And again, no strokes. Just dab, dab, dab. Okay. So I'm still I still have a separation in my brush. Keep on forgetting. Okay, good. So white on this side, blue on that side. All right. So I'm gonna go up a little bit. Like that. Isn't that pretty? You just have to be mindful of what side of brush you're. Remember, push up a bit. Push up, dab, but you're pushing up a bit. Okay. And it's in a stop, so it's gonna go up a little bit. All right. Tell me how you're doing. If your white is a little bit too much, wipe a little bit of it off. That's why I mentioned earlier that you should have a lot of napkins. Zeke is interested in painting. So dab, 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 and then go up. And again, it's never this symmetrical. So it shouldn't be the same height. Okay, same as the red. I think I like my bluebells better. Touch, touch, here and there. Good. And I'm gonna put some little droplets over here. Take it to a point. There you go.
Aerial for sunset.
I hope you can see it better, closer. So we got whites and blue. All right.
Take that.
Hmm?
Take that.
Oh my goodness. 325. Wow. What time did we start? 2 o'clock? It's been an hour and a half. Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do? We're not even outside yet. All right. So we're gonna do this part. Should be done in half an hour. Pressure zone. All right. Same brush, fan brush that I haven't washed yet. I'm gonna pick it up again. Pick up the yellow again with a little bit of red. Ooh. And I'm gonna touch this.
That's cute.
And
Looks like you got little flowers.
yep, those flowers. Just dab, dab. I'm gonna overlap that a little bit over there. Someone wants to take over. There you go. So again, red, yellow, and make sure your bristles are separated. Oops. See? Everywhere. With your brush. Okay. So this is, I was practicing yesterday and I was supposed to deliver things at 3 o'clock. I got so carried away, I lost track of time. This is what happened. I love doing the flowers. It's, for me, it was so therapeutic. There you go. So I'm going after my square brush again. I'm gonna rinse that a little bit. Now, I did purple there, but I will do bluebells. But I'm gonna try it with purple just so you see what it looks like, okay? So I have some purple there. Pick up some. And then we're gonna use yellows too. So purple and then white. Same thing, we're gonna push it. Actually, hold on. I need my greens first. Okay. Need my green over here. Sorry, it's passing dark green. A little bit more green. Go all over. Use my edge again. Going over my lines.
Okay. Just gonna take over.
All right. So there's your dark green. You have to fan that a little bit so it dries faster. It's 3:30, folks. Tell me how your work is going. Christine, I want to see your work. Everybody's eyes on you. Pick that up. It's too thick. All right.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna experiment with the purple, the purple and the white. Okay. So same thing. Here I go again. Purple on one side, white on the other side, and the white goes on the top. Okay. Ready? Dab. Okay. Dab and push up. White, purple. So dab and push up. Ooh, look at that. We're doing irises. Iris. Okay. More purple. I don't finish this on time, you can just go on and cover this with whatever color you like. I use black with gray and a splatter of stars or something. You can make it into wood. It's entirely up to you. Surprise me with what you come up with. Oh, Zeke is saying that's too long. Okay, got one cluster there. I'm gonna do another one over here. If this area is too wet, I'm gonna work somewhere else, okay? Woo, I'm getting a little fan from my daughter. Hey. So push up, no strokes, okay? So white and purple, and don't make any stroke. Purple. There you go. I'm helping it to dry. Okay, don't overdo it. If you have too much in your brush, like what I have now, wipe it off.